From a small island with narrow streets and limited opportunities, a story began that would eventually capture global attention. This story is not about luck or sudden fame. It is about discipline, repetition, pressure, and the constant demand to perform at the highest level. This documentary explores the full journey of Ronaldo, tracing how an ordinary beginning turned into one of the most recognized careers in modern sports, why the world is talking about him again right now, and what his long-term impact truly represents. This documentary will examine the early life of Ronaldo, his background and education, the first steps of his career, the rise to international recognition, major achievements, setbacks, and controversies. Most importantly, it will explain in detail why Ronaldo is trending right now, how this recent moment connects to his larger career arc, and why it matters at this stage of his life and profession. Ronaldo was born into a working-class family where resources were limited and expectations were practical rather than ambitious. His childhood environment did not offer luxury or comfort, but it provided structure and motivation. From an early age, physical activity became an outlet. While other children viewed sports as recreation, Ronaldo treated it as purpose. This difference in attitude would later define his path. Education during his early years followed a basic structure, but academic life was never his primary focus. His attention consistently returned to physical training and competitive play. Teachers and family members noticed his restlessness in traditional classrooms, paired with exceptional focus when it came to sport. This imbalance eventually led to difficult decisions. At a young age, Ronaldo had to choose between a conventional educational path and full commitment to athletic development. The choice carried risk, especially given the uncertainty of professional success. His formal career began in youth systems that demanded discipline and adaptation. Moving away from home at a young age created emotional strain. Isolation, homesickness, and pressure became daily challenges. These experiences shaped his mental resilience. Early coaches observed that his technical ability was matched by an unusual willingness to train longer and harder than peers. This combination slowly separated him from others in the same age group. The transition from youth competition to professional visibility did not happen overnight. Early professional appearances were inconsistent, marked by flashes of talent and moments of inexperience. Mistakes were public, and criticism was direct. Media attention increased as expectations rose. Rather than slowing him down, this exposure accelerated his development. Training routines intensified, physical conditioning improved, and tactical understanding matured. Recognition followed performance. As Ronaldo delivered consistent results, he became associated with reliability under pressure. Major achievements began to accumulate, including domestic success, international recognition, and individual awards. These milestones were not isolated moments, but part of a sustained period of elite performance. Over time, Ronaldo became a reference point in discussions about professionalism, longevity, and competitive mentality. However, the journey was not without setbacks. Injuries interrupted momentum at critical stages. Team changes introduced uncertainty and required rapid adaptation. Public controversies, both professional and personal, created polarized reactions. At times, criticism focused on attitude, leadership style, or decisions made late in his career. These moments challenged his public image and raised questions about sustainability at the highest level. This context makes the current trend surrounding Ronaldo particularly significant. Right now, Ronaldo is trending due to a convergence of performance, timing, and public narrative. The trend began following a recent sequence of high-visibility events that placed him back at the center of global discussion. This included a combination of decisive performances, milestone achievements, and media appearances that reframed perceptions of his current relevance. The trend started when Ronaldo delivered a performance that directly contradicted prevailing assumptions about decline. Analysts had increasingly framed his career as being in its final phase, emphasizing age, reduced mobility, and changing team dynamics. The recent event challenged that narrative by highlighting efficiency, decision-making, and leadership rather than raw physical dominance. This shift caught attention because it suggested adaptation rather than regression. Social media amplification played a critical role. Short clips, statistical breakdowns, and historical comparisons circulated rapidly. These were not driven solely by fans, but also by analysts and former professionals who contextualized the performance within a broader career timeline. The discussion expanded from a single event to questions about longevity, professionalism, and how elite athletes redefine their roles over time. Another factor behind the trend is timing. The performance occurred during a period when public debate about generational transition was already active. Emerging talents were being positioned as successors, and narratives about the end of an era were gaining traction. Ronaldo's recent visibility disrupted this storyline, not by competing directly with younger figures, but by demonstrating continued relevance on his own terms. Media coverage intensified the discussion by revisiting past career moments. Documentaries, interviews, and archived footage were reshared, creating a feedback loop between past achievements and present performance. This retrospective framing reinforced the idea that the current moment was not isolated, but part of a longer pattern of reinvention. The trend matters because it influences how Ronaldo's career will be evaluated historically. Late career moments often shape legacy as much as early success. This resurgence reframes the final chapters of his professional story, emphasizing adaptation, discipline, and strategic contribution rather than decline. It also affects contract discussions, leadership roles, and public expectations moving forward. Public reaction has been divided but engaged. Supporters highlight resilience and consistency, while critics question sustainability and broader impact. Media outlets present contrasting interpretations, some focusing on statistical output, others on symbolic significance. This diversity of reaction underscores the complexity of evaluating long-term excellence in a constantly evolving competitive environment. As of now, Ronaldo remains active, visible, and influential. Future possibilities include continued competition, mentorship roles, or transitions into leadership positions beyond active performance. Each path carries implications for how his career narrative will conclude. In the long term, the legacy of Ronaldo is defined not only by trophies or records, but by the model of professional longevity he represents. His career illustrates how discipline, adaptation, and mental resilience can extend relevance beyond conventional timelines. This impact influences how future athletes approach training, recovery, and career planning. The story of Ronaldo is not a simple rise and fall. It is a continuous process of adjustment under scrutiny. From a modest beginning to global recognition, and now to renewed relevance, his journey reflects the demands of sustained excellence in the modern era. If you found this deep analysis valuable and want more factual, cinematic documentaries like this, subscribe to the channel and stay connected for future stories that go beyond headlines and focus on the full picture.